Right, look, it's been, like I say, it's been 3 years, say, maybe since we've done a RHLSTP, a proper RHLSTP. So there is some stuff that has happened since then. Not much, but you've done some things in the last 3 years. There's a lot, John. Taskmaster.
Oh, yes.
So we haven't talked about Taskmaster.
I just know exactly what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say I didn't win Champion of Champions, so I'm not going to be in Champion of Champions.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, your highest ever score in the regular Taskmaster series. So, I mean, that's something, isn't it?
It is something, yeah.
And I think also, like, say, what I did, I mean, my feeling with it is like you go in and do the thing as best you can and let the show be comedic. And I also feel like I had Daisy Moo Cooper and Johnny Vegas, and also there was no audience, so it was a fucking weird experience. But they're two very big personalities. So in the studio, I thought, well, I've got to position myself somewhere a bit lower energy than those two. Otherwise, you can't have three people like that in the show. So I don't think I was very funny on it, mostly. Whereas I think you managed to be very competitive and also amusing, I think.
Oh, that's kind. My feeling was I was more successful at the tasks than I was at being entertaining, but I was perfectly happy with that. So because you do just have to do it the way you do it.
You do have to. But I think also when you are competitive, that's the character thing. That's what's
exactly how I would do it again.
And if people don't like it, that's part of it as well. Like people were saying Richard Herring's the perfect shill, like in wrestling terms, and that someone who's trying to win, but you don't like him.
And also, you don't get to decide what the funny bits are.
No.
And I think the reason it's such a good show is because it is not that traditional panel show. You get your 90 seconds in the edit, make sure you get your joke in, make sure you get your line in about the thing, whatever. No one could predict what the viral clips are. So that clip of Sam Campbell going, "Are you a child of divorce?"
yeah.
I mean, that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
But he's not sort of gone away with a group of writers and sort of planned that. And in the same way, I think as soon as you start to think about how you are doing the tasks in terms of how people are seeing it, you're kind of dead meat, really.
No, true.
You just have to do them.
You have to do it, and you have to do it as well as you can. I mean, I think I was sort of weird because I think at least when I got Champion of Champions, I was a bit more kind of relaxed, a bit more, and just thought I'm going to enjoy it. And I spotted a couple of cheats and things. I don't think I was really even, I just thought I've just got to get on and do it. I just kind of had tunnel vision of doing it. Whereas you were, like with the cats inside the biodome thing, you managed to find the cheat in that,
On a couple of occasions when I found the cheat, I actually got beaten to first place by someone who just sort of
done it.
You used brute force.
yeah.
I actually felt the Champion of Champions, some of the points are a little bit harsh.
Right. Should we go back? Should we make them redo it?
No, not at all. But I was maybe a bit more chilled out doing Champion of Champions. I really felt. Do you know what I felt going in was that all my bits were really strong, and then it turned out everyone had really gone to town.
Yeah.
Like on the prize task especially. But yeah, it's a real career highlight, and no coincidence that I got offered it as a result of the first gig I ever did after stopped drinking.
Right.
Isn't that mad?
Yeah.
But I'm sure we've done something since then, because I remember you being mean about me not being a Champion of Champions.
No, I haven't. Can't have been. Can't have done. It's got to be.
Okay. Maybe I knew I was doing it.
Right.
Maybe I'd filmed it, but it hadn't been released yet.
Maybe. I can't remember.
But I'm very proud of that high score, especially after I found out that as it became clear I was running away with the series, they tried to sort of even things
back.
Yeah,
right. Interesting. Well, it shows a very clear bias in who wins the Champion of Champions, though you wouldn't have made this any better. That all the Champion of Champions are white, largely middle-aged men. Which shows, I think, that Greg Davis unknowingly has a very racist, sexist bias going on in his point giving.
Or maybe that just sort of white middle-aged men are tedious enough that they care enough to try and win.
I think it's, but it is. I think it probably does. It is something about the skill set of it. With the Champion of Champions, I did my tasks 3 weeks after I'd had my testicle removed, so I was still recovering from the operation.
Ooh.
But it was just like I could not.
Was there any way you could have brought your testicle in
Well,
as the prize
I wanted
task?
to, so I did that. I said that in the show, but you don't get it back. And I think if you're religious, you have a religious reason for having it back. They let you take it back. But I think it's also not recognisable as a testicle. Also, it wouldn't have fitted the prize task because I would have considered just. And actually, weirdly, Lou Sanders bought in like a heart in a jar, I think.
Oh,
so if
right.
I'd bought in a. So I don't know why that fitted in with. It was maybe the thing that would make people go wow or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Which I suppose a testicle in a jar might do.
Especially a diseased one.
But I could have had the guy who made my testicle puppet would happily have made me a realistic looking testicle in a jar. For me to go, and like I say, I would give my right bollock to win Taskmaster, and there you go. So no, I didn't do that. But I think people became, because when Dara was doing it, and before he'd done it, I said, the real secret to it is just making sure you work really hard on the prizes and get really good prizes, because that's 5. And we didn't in my series. I just thought, for some reason. I just thought, if I do it quickly, they'll be really pleased with me. So they sent in the thing, and I very quickly just sent back a list of things, and they were just nearly all really boring. And I don't know why I didn't think more carefully about it. I did in Champion of Champions. I thought more carefully about it, but that's there's so many points there up for grabs if you're hitting 4 or 5 on that.
Yeah.
And in the studio tasks at the end.
Big time.
Yeah. So. Well, I'm sad for you that you're not.
I didn't get less than 3 in any of the studio
Oh, really?
tasks. Yeah, that's the thing, is just don't lose.
Yeah.
Don't come last. In
I
fact,
think
I didn't get many low scores at all, apart from a couple of the prize tasks towards the end of the series. But who's to say why that might have been?
Did you get an uptick? Have you noticed something you probably wouldn't notice if there's an uptick in fandom as a result of being on Taskmaster?
I think some people have definitely started listening to Ellis and John after seeing me on it,
right.
Because Taskmaster got such a dedicated fan base, and they are the sort of people who will like Ellis and John, I would say broadly.
Yes, yeah.
But it was never going to break me.
No,
because I've been around for 20 years. So I went into it in such a nice headspace of, this is a treat, because I'd already realised that, telly was not my vehicle. It's certainly, I'm not saying I'm never going to do any telly, but it's not what I'm pinning my career on. So it was nice to be able to relax and be like, I don't need this to sell out a tour, or I don't need this to get something else, or I don't need this to go well in order to. So then all of the stuff about, who. After it finished, I said to one of the producers, I said, I just hope I was entertaining enough and I wasn't too competitive. And he said, well, you know what they say, the winner of Taskmaster isn't the winner of Taskmaster. Just my heart just shattered. But I get what he means.
It's true. Like, it's absolutely
you don't
true.
get to predict or decide who does well out of anything.
No.
And everyone who's on it is the prize.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because it's so fun.
But it's sort of one of there's a couple of shows now I'd quite like to do. Would I Lie to You? I've never done. I would like to. Would I Lie to You? Have you ever done that?
No.
And I would like to do the last one laughing thing, but I don't think I'd be any good at that. I think you'd be quite good at the last one.
I think I would struggle with the performing, like doing little performances.
Yeah,
I'd feel quite self-conscious,
I think you'd be good at not laughing, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'd play it with my kids, and I know it's my kids, but
I don't think they should be able to suck stuff and eat stuff.
No, they shouldn't be allowed to. And they shouldn't be able to go, in the last one I did an impression of Mel Gadroit going, when she's trying not to laugh. Yeah. That made my kids laugh, so I managed to win one by pretending to be Mel Gadroit. But you shouldn't be able to do that. It's a good show, though.
Because you just tape your mouth shut.
I think technically you're about, and there's a couple of times, like in their performance as well, especially, there was a couple of times people definitely smiled and they weren't picked up on it.
Right. You're allowed to smile?
And you're not really meant to smile, but like in the performance, there was definitely like they were performing and they smiled in the performance. I go, is that allowed? Because they're performing,
okay,
because they're doing their bit or not? But I think Sam Campbell was very unlucky because he was the best at it, and then they decided it on who'd made the most people laugh.
Oh.
which isn't the spirit of it, I don't think. And also one of the ones that David made people laugh, it was him and someone else. So
But what would they do if it? Because it can't just go on forever.
it's gone forever. Till one of them gives in, till one of them dies. Don't feed them. Well, I think there's lots of things you could do. I think you could get points. I think maybe you should get a life back for making someone laugh. You know, maybe that's the thing. So you have an extra life, and then you might win for that. But I suppose that is the same really is what they do. But there's ways around it. It's a good show. I'd do that show, but I won't. Traitors, would you go on Traitors? Like Traitors?
No.
No.
I would like it, but
You
I
don't
don't
wanna do
think I would go on it. No.
I think it's hard.
I just, I just don't feel the need to as much as I like the program, and I don't know why would I go on it? I don't want to.
It might be fun. I don't know if it would be fun or not. I think it is. They also lock you in a hotel room for 23 hours a day and stuff, and don't let you have the internet.
I think I'd really enjoy the little adventure tasks.
Yeah.
Because that's a bit like Taskmaster.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy that sort of problem-solving, teamy kind of who's in charge of what. Let's get this big barrel into another big barrel sort of thing to win some coins. I'd like to do that all the time.
Okay. I mean, it would be nice just to go and do Taskmaster without it being even filmed, right? I've got like just the going back and doing it a second time. I think it's just so nice to spend a day just having Alex Hornset meet tasks.
Yeah.
I think so if his career goes wrong, and if they can cancel the show, he could probably just charge people to
go
to the house and do
he
it.
could probably make more doing a bespoke Taskmaster service.
Yeah.
But then he also sort of does that for free to
Yes.
loads of groups and schools and charities, and the amount of stuff he does that you don't see is off the scale. Like little videos to people, coming up with bespoke party versions. Yeah, what a wonderful guy. He is 100% good egg.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, well, you know him a bit better than I do, I think. But I do. Yeah, he seems like one of the good guys.
Very much so.
I've ruled myself out from taking over as the Taskmaster on the
Have you?
podcast. Yeah, I just thought I would do that.
Well, there's been a lot of speculation about when you would do that.
And I said, I said, Alex, I'm not
Can you
going to do it.
imagine the Reddit threads? I would have to just shut down Reddit for a day.
Would you take over as Taskmaster if Greg decided to give up? If it
Yeah,
was
I think I
offered to you?
would.
You'd do
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I would. I'm not ruling myself out.
Okay, all right.
I would, because I'm quite pedantic
Yes.
and more than happy to ruin someone's day for the moral high ground or the correct answer. Yeah, I definitely would be.
Okay. Good. Well done on you did very well on Taskmaster. So well done. I mean, it's not the perfect. It's all right.